Okay. Let's go. Let's go on this fine cold Monday morning. Even the Panthers canceled practice today. Everybody needs a day off. That's what they're taking tonight. So will we. But we're here now, and that's what is important. I was going to say that's what matters, but I already can't talk. We're 1 minute in and I can't speak. So, what were the scores yesterday in the NHL? The Wings won again, beating the Capitals in overtime 3-2. The Avs beat the Wild 5-1. The Sens beat the Bruins 6-2. Good stuff. Preds beat the Rangers 2-1. The Mammoth beat the Jets 4-3 in overtime. The Stars pummel the Leafs 5-1. The Sabres beat the Devils, moving on up 3-1. The Penguins gave the Canadians a point before dispatching them 4-3 in the shootout. And the Oilers won 4-3. So that puts the Eastern Conference under the category of absolute stupid madness. So when you take out the Wings are in first place and the Hurricanes are in first place, after that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 teams within 3 points of each other. And it ain't like the rest of the teams are all that far back with the Sabres at 38. The Leafs are in last place with 35 points. And lots to discuss there. And Panthers have done a good job of being right where you could have hoped for better, but considering where we were a month ago or 3 weeks ago, well, it's going to be a good Christmas break. Hey, Hungry says the Toronto media is calling for Berube's head once again. They fail to see what the actual issue is. Bingo, bango. I like the movie Django. The new coach is not going to, and I get what, I watched Dango's recap. I get it. I get the let's fire the coach because we got to do something thing. I understand that. And he's not wrong. You just can't go trading guys because they all have no move clauses. But there's a lot of good teams in the NHL that just never win championships, right? The Islanders are a little bit old now, but for a number of years recently, they were a good team that would always make the playoffs and even go deep and just could never get it done. It happens. And, Berube is a good coach. he may be the problem when it comes to the players that the Leafs have, but Berube had them playing well last year. They tried as best they could to emulate the Panthers style. But like we talked about yesterday, I think the number we got to was 8. If 8 of the 16 Panthers players that are on the ice, and I don't even know if you count Samoskevich in that, I think maybe, but half of the team is first-round picks. And so you have to have a certain level of talent. You have to have a certain level of belief in the coach and the system. And, those players may not feel like they want to play Berube's style of game all year long. But what are they going to do? Go get – what are they going to do? Go get somebody that's going to push the run and gun and think they're going to score their way out of this? It's a rough spot for them to be in. We'll put it that way. Shines, how you doing? Yeah, damn this division. Lose one game, you get passed by 3 other teams. Yep. Near Mac, they know what the problem is, but the problem has no move clauses. Yeah, no doubt. Hungry says the problem is the culture of complacency they've cultivated in the past 30 to 60 years. They need a culture shock, and I highly doubt they do it. Hey, look, the Panthers know all about that, right? We got Maurice and Kachuk in that same offseason, and that just completely changed the culture of the team. Hey, Simon, how you doing? Bex, good to see you. Yeah, Willie hasn't scored in like 11 games. I saw that. Yeah. Yep. I've been watching Dango the last few days. What's also interesting about the part that I watched, well, I watched the whole thing, but he mentioned that he's been feeling under the weather for about the same 10 days that I've been. It sounds like we got the same thing. A lot of people got the same thing. My ex and Matthias were sick as well, where it's just like we're not really, that's like, it's not coughing and sneezing and all of that. It's just it's just like that. I get all jacked up on coffee and methylene blue to do the streams, but then when I'm not working, I am just in my recliner, just checked out, man. So I wonder, he was alluding to the thought that maybe the Leafs have some kind of virus going around the room. Um, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, this is the time of year where teams can, it can't happen. Beck says, why can't there be a Cats game today? What are you going to do? We'll be okay. Now, I'm not sure where, and I'm not sure exactly what time. That's to be determined. But tomorrow night, I will be live. I don't know if it's just going to be me. I don't know if it's going to be Donna and I. I don't know if we're going to do an inappropriate conversations. I don't know if I'm just going to stream another hockey game. I might try something on locals to show the game. So just stay tuned I'll make a community post, but I will be live tomorrow night in some capacity. Hungry said, someone yesterday tried to tell me the East is mid because the West has the best and worst teams and everyone in the East is tight. I mean, it's hard to judge. It's two different conferences that, different players, different styles, the whole thing. You really can't. I mean, there's probably more teams in the West that would probably be capable of beating the Panthers in a Stanley Cup final. I mean, I'll grant them that. Like Colorado, maybe Dallas, Minnesota, maybe Vegas. Like there's at least 4 or 5 teams that could really give us a run for our money should we make it back to the finals. In the East, I don't think it's as difficult to trek, but also because we're familiar with those teams. You know what I mean? Steven says, I wonder how much of this is because the players don't believe in themselves anymore or some form of morale issue. Yeah, sure. I don't necessarily disagree with that. They like I said earlier in the year, they probably know that they've peaked. Hey Vincent, how you doing, buddy? Toronto took over the Panthers channel now. We're fine. Hungry says you also have to have a vision and buy-in, neither of which of Toronto. Yeah. You can't just lose Marner and just do nothing to really replace him and expect the same exactly what Steven is saying. You're not going to get the same kind of buy-in. Hey, Bill, how you doing? Hungry to YouTube play. Patrick says, it's funny. It's nice to watch Dango now because the Leafs aren't the team screaming for our heads anymore, and they're struggling more than we are. Hungry says he's still calling for our heads, but now he's doing it on Twitter. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of Twitter. I try once in a while, but it's just like, what's this? How do they say it? Jump the shark. Like Twitter has just gone off the deep rails. Like it was always funky and spicy, but now just like, I don't care what you post. If it's a post with any engagement, I don't necessarily mean me because I don't post enough to get any real engagement. But like whenever you see a post that's from a person that's going to get a lot of engagement, like it just, no matter what the subject is, no matter what, it just descends into this madness of it's got to be bots fighting with each other. It can't. I refuse to believe that there's that many real people that are that insane and Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. It's got to be bots. But also, you can get paid for that kind of engagement. So who knows anymore? Real says, I'm concerned about Matthews for the Olympics. He's just way off. No way we win if he plays for USA as he has for the Leafs. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the truth. Certainly, I can't imagine why. I don't know why he's the captain. I don't understand that, but I guess with Chucky, they don't even know if he was going to be there. Simon, yeah, so I don't know the schedule just yet because we're still trying to figure out when Matthias is going to be here. So I'm off tonight. I'm taking tonight off. I'm probably 6 o'clock in the evening. I'm going to be gone in bed. I need 12 hours of sleep. We'll be live tomorrow night in some capacity. Then Wednesday night we have the Panther game, and then Thursday night is Christmas Eve, right? So not going to be working then. Kyle's going to be here. Friday's Christmas. And I believe Kyle, or I believe Matthias, and maybe even my daughter might be here this weekend. So I'm not really sure on the schedule, but I'll keep you guys up to date. I'll try to go live as much as I can, keep things moving. But I'm taking one of my Christmas vacation days tonight. I'm hopeful if I can get 10, 12 hours of sleep, I can kick whatever this damn bug is. Steven says, I watched my first professional women's hockey league game yesterday. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's nice. Which, by the way, this is a little bit off topic and a little bit random, but I wanted to give a shout out to Dudley Durong. If you guys don't know who he is, he's a Dolphins. He's had a Dolphins channel for quite some time. He's got like 50,000 subs. So his wife had a baby. The baby's like a week old. And last night, he's filming a video like at whatever time, 11, 12 o'clock at night, just so that he's got content for his channel to wake up to at 7 o'clock in the morning. And the baby's in the room with him. He ends up holding the baby while he's trying to do the content. And yeah, good stuff. That dude's dedicated. You know what I mean? I just thought I'd mention that because I saw that this morning, and I thought that it gives you a little bit of an insight into real life. Hey, Bucks, the Bucks suck. I'm sorry, man. Hungry. Okay, yeah, I'm sitting down this afternoon and doing some emails. Hungry. I've got them on screenshot, so I'll take care of that today. Steven says it was very obviously not as talented skill-wise, but it's pretty good as long as you don't expect the NHL level of skills. What about the hitting? What's the hitting like in the women's game? I've never watched a women's hockey game. Silva says, I recently watched a Hockey Guys Panthers video where he commented on how the Panthers' depth wasn't what it seemed to be. What I don't think he realizes is we're missing an entire fourth line. Thank you, Silva. Well, yeah, exactly. The depth is not what it seemed to be. Nosek, Gadjevich is not out there. Schwint's not out there. Lundell has played outstanding, in my opinion. I'm not sure how long ago he made that video. I mean, did he make it when we were struggling? I mean, we have a true team. You know what I mean? Each player has their own role, and when everybody's playing their roles, we're practically unbeatable. But we don't have a McDavid or a McKinnon that's going to single-handedly really take over a game, with the exception of the occasional Barkov shift, right? We play a system where everybody does their role and everybody's good at their job, and there's just lack of weak spots, especially when we're healthy. Yeah, we're like on our sixth line for the fourth line, right? Silva says, Maurice doesn't trust our current fourth line, and when you only run three lines in tight situations, the depth looks worse than it is. So Patrick says, sorry about my voice, guys. Patrick says the Canes fans started a petition to get us banned from the league. Send me a link to that. Flying Fluffy Hockey at gmail.com. That sounds like something I can have fun with. Send me a link to that to my email. Maybe I'll putz around with that later when I'm sitting if I can't sleep. That's the other part of this, whatever I've got going on. I mean, I know the Lyme is kicking my ass too. But like I'm waking up at 3, 4 in the morning. I'm just up. I just can't go back to sleep. Sucks. Hungry says Twitter is fun as long as you don't take it seriously. Troll, shit post, and log on. Yeah, that's what I've kind of taken to doing Hungry is I'll post something and then just X out the tab and forget that I posted it. Tariff check in the mail. Where the hell is my $2,000 tariff check, by the way? Huh? I could use that $2,000 tariff check. I could use that. Dead internet theory, Russian Nigerian bots. I'll have to look at. Yeah, I'm gonna have to research. You're saying research it. Yeah, I'll have to check into that. Hungry says you'd be surprised by the amounts of nutty people out in the wild. Reagan effed up closing the asylums. Silva says, Hungry, I've had a bunch of great interaction with fans of other fan bases on Twitter. No clue if I've just gotten lucky, but everyone seems to be respectful on the posts the algorithm gives me. Yeah, I'm not on Twitter enough to have a decent algorithm to the point where it's like I log in and they show me fights and all sorts of stuff that I'm like not interested in. But and then even if you look at a post, like half of the comments are just other people sharing it's just a mess. It's not like it used to be. Remember, I started this channel. It was just my Twitter friends. I didn't know nothing about YouTube, but Lucas from Rats on the Ice was making videos, and everybody was buddies on Twitter, and Doug Seafold would interact with us and everything. And I just kept saying, hey, I'm going to start a channel. They're like, do it. And back then I post a video and it would get 100 views, 75, 100 views. And it was like 95% were just my friends on Twitter. And we had a blast doing that. But now, like, I don't see people's stuff at all. People don't see mine. It's just a shame. Craig says, yeah, Dougie's a good dude. Yeah. We've had a couple of messages back and forth. I had hoped that he would come on the football channel, but I couldn't get that to happen. He's you know what I mean? He's not saying he's too good to do it, but he talks to the team and the media and everything like that. Patrick says if we win tomorrow, then Reddit and Twitter will explode. Real says Dolphins win streak ended after Doug's kid was born. Right. Yeah, we got to play the two teams or fan bases are calling for injuries to Bob, which is just wild, man. Like, oh, you were at Friday's game? That's awesome. That was worth the money. Real says Mackey got hurt playing the Canes, right? No, I don't think it. I think I'm not sure. Don't quote me on this. He must have gone into the boards or something because what my recollection is him getting up around the net, but kind of behind the net. But I didn't see what happened. Patrick says people are already calling the Avs to win the cup after they crushed the Wild. Hell, anything can happen in the playoffs. We all know it, right? I'm behind on the chat. I'm going to try to catch up here, guys. I'll do the best I can. Hungry says, to be fair, it's kind of hard to talk about the depth when a third of the team's skaters have spent months out. Yeah. Steven says the PWHL is still pretty physical, and there were some hard hits. There was one that I thought would cause a penalty given how hard it was, and it was called a clean hit, so that's good. Where do they show the games? Like, are there games on TV or anything? Hey, JC, want to have some fun? Let's tell Kyle we're starting a women's hockey channel. Steven says, can we start the same position for the Hurricanes? No, we'd have to come up with something new. Like we'd have to come up with something that was of like trolling them. Like put their petition to have us eliminated from the league, and then we have a petition to I don't know, for every time the Canes score a goal, like somebody donates enough for Benny's buddies to adopt a kid, adopt a dog, like something like good Samaritan type stuff to make them look stupid. Ghost Slayer says, "Hey Jaws, I hope your day has been going well. It's a crime to humanity we don't have Panthers hockey every day. Expand the team's roster to alleviate fatigue in the players. Let's make it happen." And let me tell you, they're tired when Maurice cancels practice, especially when we're going to have all this off time after Christmas. Hey, Real, Gray White. I don't know why I said Real. What do you want? Old. Says, Jaws, I love it when you tell us when Kyle's new channel are coming out, NASCAR baseball. Does he want to do a channel someday? No. Let's put it this way. I don't know how to word this because, what I'll say is Kyle does everything I ask him to do. I got the greatest kid in the world. Like there's never been and I mean this quite literally. Like there may be things he forgets or whatever, but anything I ask him to do, he does it. He's never given me anything. You know what I mean? He's a huge help. Absolutely. But if we went a week and we didn't stream and we weren't online and we weren't doing anything like that, he'd have his own world. He does drawings and he has his own world that he lives in, which is fine. I don't need him. I don't want him being stressed. But in terms of like actively pursuing it on his own, no, he would not do that. He does what I ask him to do because he knows it's a team. But he wouldn't want to do anything on his own. There might have been a time years ago when he might have thought about doing like a Disney-based channel, but now he's so disgusted with what Disney's done that I don't think even that would happen for him. Real says, my Twitter feed is angry Canes and Tampa fans and Leaf fans wanting everyone from their team to trade it or fire. Oh, hey, David. How you doing, bud? Patrick, you sent me the petition? Okay. Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Real says, they do realize if they hurt Bob, the guys are going to hurt their goalie, right? I mean, I can't imagine that they're actually going to do that. Patrick says, I was in St. Louis when we played the Blues, but didn't go because I agree with Jaws. It was going to be a trap game. Yeah. Just you could smell it coming, being on the second of a back-to-back. Dave says, did I see the Steeler dude punch a fan and they just let it go? I did not see that. Steven, the game was on their YouTube. All right. Real says, make a petition that every Canes fan should send us Father's Day cards until they get. Oh my God. That's funny. Yeah, adopted kid. To me, the dogs are kids anyway, right? Her name is Rio and she dances in the sand. Good song. Yeah, open a sweatshop for YouTube content. He's like when I came in here, I sent Leia downstairs to go get attention from Kyle. So they're probably walking around outside now. Great. Well, yeah, he'd be great at a baseball channel, but I have a feeling I'm going to end up doing most of the baseball content, which that should be fun because baseball is so low key and it's in the summer. And we don't even get dark out here until 9:15 at night. So I can sit outside. We can get the porch good to go. We can sit outside, partake of a little libations, stream the baseball game. We'll have some, and it'll work out. I'll probably end up with Dawn out there because she wants to fix up this porch too. So we'll make some fun out of it for sure. Yeah, they do like Kyle. No doubt. No doubt. I mean, I've always, when we started doing the skits, like the first couple of weeks of the channel, I was like, "Hey man, you're a natural. You need to do this. You need to do. You're better than me. You know what I mean?" Hungry says, unironically, Kyle could probably do an anime channel and it would pop off. But Japan's copyright claims are in, so I bet. I bet. Hey, Colin. Dave says, Kyle's kindness and decency shines through. Obviously, a top-notch human being, and that's a credit to his upbringing. I appreciate that, David. Yeah, he's a good kid. You know. Yeah, baseball is made for telling stories. Exactly, David. Have Kyle make a breakfast and dessert food review channel. Oh yeah. Every once in a while he gets irritated with me when I'm like, hey, we could do something, but we could film it. He's like, not everything is content, Dad. I'm like, actually, some of the ideas I get are a little bit crazy. Yeah, fire up the grill. Yeah. Yeah, well, I don't have a gas grill, but I have a brand new charcoal grill. This porch out here used to be really nice. And then over the last few years, I kind of let it go a little bit. It kind of became to just throw it on the porch type of deal. I think I got warm enough here. So we used to have lights out there, and we got to get a new set, new table and chairs and all of that. But hopefully, if we can do that for this summer, I think he's starting to realize that I'm not kidding about doing it, though. I think he's starting to realize that. Patrick says, make Kyle watch and review horror movies. Now, he would be good at reviewing movies, especially because he notices details of things that just would blow your mind. He would definitely be good at doing that, but I try not to push. You know what I mean? I make my suggestions. You know what I mean? And he does his things. He's really excellent. He's a really good artist. I wish he would show his stuff more. But he's pretty private about that stuff too. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure that once he sees me doing the baseball channel, he's not going to just leave me there to do it, completely by myself. But a lot of times during the summer, I'll just hang out with you guys and we'll sit on the porch and just chill with it. Can't take it too seriously, Buck says Panthers winning Sunday. Is it Sunday? Is that the day? Is that let me see. What is the schedule here? I mean, we're not playing Sunday. So we've got tomorrow, and then we've got the 3 days off, and we're playing Saturday. We got Saturday, then Monday, Tuesday. The Sunday is the Sunday after the Winter Classic. The Winter Classic is on the second Friday night at 8. And then the Winter Classic, we play Sunday at 5 o'clock against the Avalanche. Yeesh. So we've got a tough schedule here coming up. Canes, Lightning, Caps, Canadians, Rangers, Avs, Leafs, Canadians, Senators. And then we still play the Hurricanes again. Jeez. So we already played the Hurricanes again tomorrow. We play them again January 16th on the beginning of a back-to-back. So so just prepare yourself that January 17th, we're probably going to get dog walked by the Capitals because we play the Hurricanes on the 16th, and then the next night we play the Capitals. So that's not going to be pleasant. That won't be pleasant. Should take him to art school. Kyle wasn't big on no, he went to virtual school. He went to virtual school. Hungry says, how many goons are they calling up for Saturday so they can show us how big and strong they are? Hold on a second. Let me come back over here. That's right. That's the jeez. So this week is going to be something else. But we will have 3 days. I'm sure so will they, right? When's the last time the Lightning play? The Lightning play today. So the Lightning are going to have 4 days off before that game on Saturday. Holy moly. So you're going to have 2. So there goes all of our rest. Any rest and relaxation and healing and recovery, all of that's going to go out the window because we're going to play the stinking Lightning the first game back. Damn it. Hey, Mr. Vids. Yeah, Saturday's going to be, yeah. And you guys know how I feel about it. I know it's fun to watch and everything. Wouldn't it be nice if they just played like one normal game? Just nobody elbowing anybody, nobody doing anything stupid. I doubt it. I doubt it could happen. But yeah, it's bad blood, Bucks. I know. It's is what it is, man. And then as we get closer to the playoffs, it's just gonna get worse because you've got all these stinking teams are in a playoff. Everybody's in the hunt. I mean, as bad as it is to be a Leaf fan right now, and they're all panic. The Bruins are in a playoff spot with 41 points. The Leafs are 6 points out with 2 games in hand. Now, I know they haven't been playing. I understand all of that. But it's not like they're 10, 14, 17 points out. I mean, all it would take is the Leafs to get it together for a couple of weeks and win 4 or 5 straight, and they could easily find themselves back in a wild card spot. And so as the season progresses, hell, even the Sabres might start thinking they can make the wild card. I mean, they are they're theoretically, in theory, if the Sabres won their 2 games in hand that they have on Boston, they would be in a playoff spot. So there's just nobody out of it. And the only team that you might look at that's in the worst position to be close to out of it are the Blue Jackets, and they just traded for Mason Marchment, which that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. No, I don't think he'll do an art show. Simon, I think if he ever does anything, his mother and I both have tried to push him to do a book. I've tried hard to get him to do a book for years. He's got the illustrations. He has the ability. He made up a couple of characters, like a comic strip type of thing, and it would really, really do well. He's just got to have the confidence to do it. Neither one of us can like force him to do anything. There's, you know what I mean? It's like, do this or else. It's like you just have to let him do it on his own time. It gets frustrating because you want him to succeed. But yeah, if he does anything, it'll eventually be a book. Real says, I imagine Gensel will also make the Olympic roster. I think as soon as he and Kachuk get to the Olympic facility, they should have a fist fight just to get all the tension out. No more fighting for Chucky. Yeah, no, exactly. In terms of the division, maybe, yeah, when you look at the Red Wings, they get hot and they're in first place. Maybe use some of his art as thumbnails. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I should ask him to do like a draw. He did draw me a picture. The picture, I got to get it framed. You know the picture of the dogs where they're all looking away and it's all their back? He did draw me a picture of that. I got to get it framed. It's in the recap room. It's just a small one, but he's very good. It's not a bad idea because I've been kind of wondering if maybe we should rebrand a little bit and change from the caricatures, but I didn't know exactly which way to go. Maybe if he drew him and I doing something, that might be something that I can make a swap to. I'll have to see. I'll have to ask him. I never really know what his response is going to be. You know what I mean? How are the Checkers doing, Simon? That's a good question. Let's look that up. We haven't looked at how anybody's doing over there in a hot minute. So let's see. Team stats. Come on, laptop. What are we doing? Player stats. Hold on a second. Just the mailman. All right, let's see how things are doing. I think somebody told me the other day Cooper Black is doing well. So Devine is back down there. He's still playing well. Sachin, there's nobody that's at a point per game. Skogger, however you say his name, Skog. He's got 18 points. Vildmanis, 14. Mike Benning, he's sixth in points on the team. Nobody's tearing it up. How is and there's Kai Schwint. He's got 4 points in 13 games. What's Cooper Black? Black's numbers are pretty good. 248 and a 904. That's pretty good. Does he have any shutouts? No. He does not have any shutouts just this year, just yet. And how did we find, where is Jaris Miak, or however you say his name? It's weird when you go to the Charlotte Checkers site, it only gives you Cooper Black. Jaris Miuk. I can't figure out how to say his name. He's done pretty well. 201 and a 913. Let's see. And we drafted him in the 5th round. He's not as big. He's only 6'2", $178. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, the numbers are respectable, no doubt. But there's nobody that we're screaming. They won yesterday 4-3 in overtime. Okay. Dave says, last day at work before a short vacation to visit family. Christmas with my family. Interesting. Isn't it always, though? I think, well, Kyle's going to be here with Donna and I, but we're not going to do much. I don't know if she's going to see her daughter or her mom. I've asked her, but I have a feeling she's just going to want to prefer to just relax and stay home. Don't know. Divine got a wraparound shorty last night. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Vergas, we'll just call you Verga. My eyes are so bad, I'm having trouble. The way that StreamYard puts it out, especially there with my color blindness. It says, Leafs blowing it up. Dangle asking for it. Anyone else enjoy watching the Cowboys of the NFL, of the NHL? Yeah. It's interesting to see Dangle got to that point. I understand it because you can't move anybody. Honestly, the biggest question for them is what's going on with Matthews, because this is now like he's noted 2 years in a row where he's just not been anything remotely close to himself. And what that is all about, I mean, the team has to know if he's actually injured or just, kind of like with Tua, right? He's not injured, but that hip, it certainly looks like that hip has regressed to the point where he can't really drive the ball anymore. So Matthews may not be, quote, injured, but there could be something there that's regressed to the point where he's just not going to be a 60-goal guy again. But the problem is that what is he? What is he at this point? Right? I mean, he's got 9 goals in 30 games, which what is that? That's not even a 30-goal pace. I mean, last year was bad enough with 33, but if he's going to be 33 goals, 45 assists, I mean, those are nice numbers, not at his price point, right? That's not the kind of numbers that you're looking for out of him. And at this point this year, he's on a pace way, way below that. And when I look at some of these other things, his face-off percentage is up. Looks like it's the best he's had. His shot percentage is exactly what it was last year at 12.6. Now, the year he got 69 goals, the shot percentage was 18.7. Before that, 40 goals, 12.2. Before that, the 60-goal season, 17.2. So the shot percentage is a little bit down from his best days, but, there's got to be something else going on there with him. Colin says, yeah, both goalies for the Checkers are playing fine. Did your $50 super chat go through? When was that, Great White? Was it here now today? Was it here now today, bud? Let me check it on YouTube. Hold on a second. Because on StreamYard, sometimes if there's a I haven't seen anything. It's not showing me on YouTube. 5 minutes ago? No. Nobody. But if your bank said it went through, thank you, Great White. I'm sure it did. I appreciate you, brother. I will let you know. Thank you, brother. It has not gone through on my end, but I will let you know. It takes 2 days for it takes 2 days for YouTube to process any money that went through. So on my analytics on Christmas Eve, it should show it, but it's not showing here one way or another. Hopefully nobody else gave anything and then didn't just ask. You know what I mean? Oh, if anybody gives anything and it doesn't show up, make sure if you don't hear me say something, make sure you say something, because that's the first time it's happened. But if your bank is showing it went through, then it's just got to be a glitch on YouTube's end, Great White. It has to be. So I appreciate you, man. Thank you, bud. Much, 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 much appreciate it. I haven't shaved. Donna likes it like this. Donna likes it like this, where it's like on the sides where you can like see. She likes it like this. She's a weirdo. She likes how it feels on her hands. I'm like, I'm shaving this. I'm not gonna. My dad just lets that grow. Like sometimes she'll just have the whole curls and everything working, and then it's just like my mom likes it, like to the point where like my mom, like Dr. Phil, she found him attractive because she actually likes the bald ring. It is what it is. But thank you again, Great White. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you, man. if it comes through. Oh, wait. So there's a 20. There. Thank you, bud. Thank you, Great White. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you, man. That 20 came through. That one came through. So we'll make sure we'll get together, because I don't want you charged $50 if it didn't come my way. So let's make sure you remind me to check up on that, to make sure that you don't get the shit end of the stick there. So just don't I'll forget. So don't forget to remind me, is what I'm trying to say. Now, it's, as far as I know, Hungry, it's never happened before. I hope it's never happened where somebody gave a super chat and it didn't come through, and then they thought I just ignored it. I hope that wouldn't happen. Thank you again, bud. Appreciate you. All right, I'm going to scroll up here because I missed a couple of things. Real says, make Eichel the top line center for Team USA. I'll be good with that. Hungry says, Matthews is quickly turning into a more skilled, overpaid version of Rafi Torres. It's got to be frustrating for the league. Well, the league fans are permanently frustrated, unfortunately. Hey, Adonis. Yeah, Risky Capital says Austin Matthews needs that Vegas guy. I mean, basically, they just let Huberto walk for no return. Just unbelievable. Don says, apparently Jarvis and Slavin are out week to week. Ooh, now what happened to Slavin? Colin says, yeah, I have a bad feeling about tomorrow night's game against the Canes. So hopefully it all stays copacetic. Like I said, Brenda Moore, in my opinion, Brenda Moore is not the kind of coach that's going to let that narrative, we do have to keep in mind that fans are one thing and the players are another, right? You're pretty sure, yeah, it'll probably be Bob versus Bussy again. That's probably right. That guy's a pain in the ass. Hey, David, the Patriots look real. They just bypassed everybody. It's what happens when you have a good organization that knows how to win. They're able to recoup and reorganize rather quickly. That scouting department just obviously does a hell of a job. 58 says the Panthers' money to the league didn't go through for the last game either. Right? No doubt, man. Yeah, Campbell can't help us every game. You get in trouble. People might start to notice. Yeah, David, I didn't see that coming. That's going to ruin my picks for the week. The Jaguars stomping Denver. Patriots might end up with that top seed after that. Hungry says, I've seen it happen to other people. Sometimes the payment is bounced 2 or 3 days after the fact. Hungry. That's kind of like Matthias. He's got the sense of humor of a 12-year-old. Real says, I think the Patriots are frauds, but they've struggled a bit the last few weeks, but they'll be real scary next year, and I'm still paranoid the Bills win the Super Bowl finally. I don't know, man. The Bills are so damn inconsistent. I don't know. I'm not sure. The Denver, obviously, it gets to that time of year. It's hard to finish the season with only 2-3 losses. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to be a really good team to go the whole football season and only have like 2 or 3 losses. It's same thing with the Avs. Are they going to keep up that pace? Where was Boston at this point? So I think Boston started 35-5 or something. Let's see. The Avs, where was Boston at this point? That was what, 22-23, right? Yeah. Here we go. Let's see. What is this? No, that's not it. Must have been, was that 23, 24? 23, 24, 4, 25. No, it was 22, 23. I thought that was the year. What year was Boston great like that? I thought it was 22. No, not that one. December, but that don't make any sense. That's the wrong year. Why am I not? Is my brain not working? It was 22, 23, right? So it would be looking for the standings on December 1st or December, let's see, December 22nd, 2022. Yeah, I know that, but what were let me see. Oh, here we go. So Boston was 26, 4 and 2. And the Avs are 26, 2 and 4. That's better, isn't it? That's a better pace. That's 59 points in 35 games for the Avs. And Boston had 54 points in 32 games. So it's about the same pace. Yeah, because they've played, what's that, 32? What did I say? 35. So they've played 3 more games and they got 5 more points. So it's just about the same exact pace as Boston was that year. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, David. How'd that work out? Right. Exactly. That's because I know everybody's thinking Colorado's going to be unbeatable. Now, of course, if we played Colorado in the Stanley Cup final, it's not like against Boston where we're sneaking up on anybody and they're go, oh, wow, I think the Panthers might be good. Like, we ain't sneaking up on anybody anymore. Probably never again at this point. I think that ship sailed. We rode that as far as we could. But it's tough in any sport to have that kind of consistently absurd numbers in the regular season. And the impressive thing that Colorado, they're doing it in the division where you got the Stars, you got the Wild. Boy, the Blackhawks just absolutely took a dump without Connor Bedard. Damn. It was looking like they might have a chance to remain in the playoff picture. They've lost 5. Dang, dang, dang. Haven't looked at the West in a while. 39 points with the Mammoth and the Kings gets you in. The Sharks are hanging around. The Blues aren't that far out. The Blackhawks damn it. I was kind of hoping that at some point you'd see, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. The Flames won a couple of games. They're peeking around the corner. Maybe the Sharks will get in. Otherwise, it looks like it's going to pretty much be at least 6 of the same 8. It could possibly, it might end up being the same 8, really. Real says, yeah, the Avs losing in the first round. What if it's to the Blues and Jim Montgomery gets some redemption? Right? Yeah, I mean, last year's Western Conference was crazy. But if I had to put my money on it, Simon, since you're asking, I don't know that I would bet against Quenneville's Ducks right now. The way things, whether you agree with it or not, the way things ended for Quenneville, he obviously is motivated because to have gone through all of that and then to go through, coming back, like, he's not a young guy, right? So he's 67 years old. So you got to figure that team's going to be pretty motivated. Donis, what's my schedule with the gym and how's it been working out? Well, I don't think my schedule for the gym would work for most people. And the reason why I say that is because from about the age of 15 to about 43 or 44, maybe even closer to 45, I can probably count on one hand, with the exception of times that I might have been sick or something. The overwhelming majority of all those years, I'd be in the gym 3 to 4 times a week. And so then the Lyme disease has kicked my ass. And but my muscle memory, my muscle memory is to the point now where I can go 3 or 4 times a month and still look halfway decent. But if you don't have 30 years of muscle memory behind it, my gym schedule would never work for anybody. It's tough when you get to be a certain age because you have to balance the joint, how your joints are going to react. I do a lot of lightweight with high reps, because inevitably and invariably, if I start trying to bench higher weights, I get the fronts of my shoulders. I get this Terry's tear that I had. So you start stacking the injuries. I like the cable machines. I could live on the cable machines. That way I get a full body workout for the most part, because you can hear, you can from the front, from the back, you can do crossover flies, you can get on your knees and stretch out your core. If you have limited time at the gym, for me anyway, the cable machines are the best because it gets you all stretched out without abusing your joints. But I haven't been in 2 weeks because between the Lyme or whatever this is kicking my ass energetically, I haven't had the energy to go at all. Doesn't help that it's 38 degrees. You know what I mean? There it is, Great White. Thank you, bud. Thank you, buddy. That one went through. $50. That one went through. Says my bank is not a Panther fan. They keep blocking super chats. And your bank, what bank? What bank? It's got to be a Canes or a Lightning fan at the bank, man. It's got to be. Oh my God, that's funny. That's wild. Real says the Ducks are 5-4-1 in their last 10. Not great. That's true. But they're still they're still in first place. You know what I mean? They got a couple extra games. I mean, nobody is tearing it up with the exception of the Avalanche and the Stars. Everybody else in almost the entire NHL is within, 10 points of each other. It's really an abnormal year. Thank you again, Great White. Appreciate that, bud. Bolts, Bank of America. Geez. Yeah, I got Truist. I used to have PNC, but when I filed for bankruptcy, they said they recommended that you change your bank even if there was no problems. So Kyle still has PNC, but I moved to Truist. So let me see. Did I hear from? No, I wonder what time. Donna is at work, but she don't know what time she's gonna be home. So interesting. Well, so what do we got? So like I said here, before I get ready to roll, because as you can tell, my energy level, I'm about to pass out on this desk. I need sleep. Taking tonight off, not doing anything tonight, but tomorrow I will be live. I don't know exactly if it'll be just me in here streaming some hockey. I don't know if I'm going to do something on the men's channel. I might do something with locals. I don't know if Donna's going to want to do an inappropriate conversations. Not quite sure. But being that we got 2 nights without hockey, I'm going to be live tomorrow, one way or another. What are the games? What are the games here? Well, when I'm saying to hold on a second. Hold on. Let me get here to the schedule. Okay. So we got the Hurricanes tomorrow. So when I say tomorrow, what I should be saying is Wednesday. That is what I should be saying is Wednesday, because we have so many days off. So tomorrow, of course, I will be live with the Panthers and the Hurricanes. The day after is the day that I'll be live doing something, but just not quite sure what that's going to be, which is why I need sleep, because I can't even tell what day it is anymore. I've lost all my days. That happens. When I have figured that out, being self-employed, even before I was doing YouTube, when I was just doing eBay. Like, you lose your days. If you don't have to get up and go to work, you absolutely lose your days. You don't know which day is which. So Dave says, inappropriate Christmas conversation. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, David. I got to find out what her schedule is going to be. So if it's not going to interfere with her work, I think we might try to do that Wednesday night. Yeah, because that's what. That's Christmas Eve today. 20. Yeah, that's Christmas Eve. Huh. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. I'll talk to her about that. So, all right, everybody. I'm gonna go get some food and some sleep. I am crispy burnt. Hopefully, I can finally kick whatever the hell this thing is. And so we'll be good tomorrow at noon. We'll be good tomorrow night, because tomorrow night's hockey, Jaws. Tomorrow's not Wednesday. Wednesday is Christmas Eve. Get your days straight, and you'll be good. Okay. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. Thank you again for the super chats, buds. And I shall see you mañana.